Hello everyone, Elijah here. I welcome you all to another Epic 7 video. And today I'll be doing, I guess, a blind reaction to like the latest news, updates, whatnot. I typically watch these live streams when they're live, but I just slept through it this time. Um, Aside from that, I do know that we have our new ML4 star. And with that, this is my prediction. Before I see her kit, and what she does and things like that. My prediction is that she is going to be the AOL almost of this season because if you don't remember, around this time of the year, they released AOL and it completely flipped the meta. It was like the start of all these like really prevalent and OP and like really hard to deal with heroes. And my prediction is that this hero will be the start to that. Or not, we'll see what their kit looks like. Just gonna go ahead and skip through, but we have the new episode, the new hero, Moon Bunny Dominiel, and we have Ancient Inheritance Season 3, which thank goodness this is like the one PvE content thing that is actually like, I guess for guild content is actually interesting. Um, and unique. And then some balance adjustments to those balance adjustments. Yeah. So let's get on to our Moon Bunny Dominiel. Let's see what she's all about.
Silk clothes made by a fairy? Maybe a coral accessory from the underwater palace. If that's not it, are you here for my liver? Let me see.
I'm happy she's a Soul Weaver.
You really are.
Soul Weaver is like my favorite class,
That
so
then.
hopefully
Why don't
this
we
is
start
better
here?
than
Moonbunny
our
Dominiel
poor
is the
Sharen.
master of the Moonlit Night of the Eastern Continent. But
Oh,
she may look
okay.
like
I
a
like her
romantic
design.
Suin. She's actually a descendant of the Moonbunny tribe, who are thought to have long disappeared from Orbis.
Ooh, attack
She's a
percent.
fortune teller who has the ability to divine the future. The Moonbunny tribe foresaw that the moonlight would soon disappear. To stop that from happening, Moonbunny Dominiel came down to Orbis and is searching for the legendary moonlight-infused gem. Moonbunny Dominiel.
Okay, so HP. I can't really. She's a Taurus. I can't really tell HP, Taurus. Okay, so oh, she's gonna have the same stats as Ray, meaning that she should have, I guess, with her awakening, she'll have like 17 speed, I think, or 117 speed. That's what I mean to say. Um, yeah, so if you think of like Ray, she should have the same stats similar to that. That's a high base effect resistance. Okay, so she seems like she's going to be a cleanser of some sort, a debuff resistor. Um, were there really that many prevalent debuffers in the game? Who knows? We'll see what's going on. Let's look at her skills. Oh, increase effect resistance by 20%. That's why it's so high. At the start of an enemy's extra turn, grants immunity and barrier to the ally of what? To all allies for 2 turns. Barrier strength increases proportional to the max caster's HP. And immunity. Wow. They said, see Lilius, sit down. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to pull for this hero, am I? I'm gonna have to pull for this hero. Because, if the thing is, like, if you use certain heroes, if a hero comes out that completely shuts that out, you're gonna have to have the counter to the heroes that you use, right? So if I'm gonna use C. Lilius, I'm gonna have to have the counter to it, or I'm just gonna have to pre-ban this. Because this, 100, this is, I guess, kind of a way to, wow, messes up a lot of things. Does it see cleanse also from this? I guess we'll see her other skills, but this isn't necessarily like cleanse. Because, I mean, if she does start of an enemy's extra turn, grants immunity and barrier to all allies. I think the only person that this would actually mess with the C. Lilius because you can't like yeah, you get to decrease attack down, but you can't get the what is it? The CR pushback, which I think, for a lot of people it's really annoying to get that reverse provoke and push back, but this kind of like prevents that from happening essentially. What are other heroes? Para, but the thing is, a Para, if you're not cleansing, then is it really stopping that? I don't know. We'll see her
Immunity
other
and
stuff.
barrier to all allies for 2 turns. Barrier strength increases proportional to the
Yes,
caster's
it's
max
a
health.
C. Lilius counter.
Immunity and barrier effects can only be activated once every 2 turns, and only activates when the enemy is a hero. Skill 3, Divination. In accordance with the divinations, increase attack of all allies for 2 turns, and combat readiness by 20%. Grant skill
Okay.
nullifier once to the caster.
Okay, so her cleansing is going to be like she's going to use it'll be an artifact that cleanses. Is her S2 considered a passive? I guess not because she's on Doctor's Bag currently, right?
Attack of all allies for 2
Or not
turns,
a
and
passive, a
combat readiness
non-attack
by
skill is
20%.
what I mean to say.
Grant skill nullifier once to the.
Yeah, because she's on Doctor's Bag and then she cleanse. Okay, okay, that makes sense. So you better have your Doctor's Bag ready. It seems like they weren't going to give her a cleanse, but they said they made it so
Skill 3,
that her cleanse is in her kit. Or not in her kit, but you just use an artifact for a cleanse. Um, I feel like she still operates very similar to who is it? Very similar to actual CDOM, right? In the sense that she is a more aggressive, but yet still somewhat supporty type of unit. Um, yeah, like an aggressive reverse cleaver. I guess a reverse aggro draft, as in like to counter aggro drafts. I don't think she really would have a spot into. Would she be good into Ran? No. My thing is just like her thing is good. She would be good into Ran because Ran wouldn't be able to put up his S3, right? Or his S2 then S3, or I think Ran fully strips. I'm actually not for sure. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see when this hero's release and what units um she actually can counter. But this is pretty decent. Um,
Divination. In accordance with
oh
waves,
yeah,
it
all
has
right.
up to
In
a
her
60%
S1.
chance to put them to sleep for 1 turn. This skill does not trigger a dual attack. When 10 soul is consumed, increases the effect chance to 100%.
Okay. She seems like a very good, I guess. She's definitely like a control unit, I guess. I think she would fit more into like counter drafts, like where you are dealing with a bunch of units who, I guess, would counter your like just any type of C. Lilius teams, like aggro C. Lilius teams. This is what this unit is supposed to help to deal with, and then you can control them, right? You put them to sleep, you you keep them asleep and stuff like that. Yeah, I think this is definitely a Celia's counter, if anything. All that extra effect resistance is definitely if like built-in effect resistance. You're not debuffing this unit. That 50% plus like that one artifact, that Bastion artifact, if you really want to put that there. I wish her the attack percent the attack percent AoE thing is also really nice, but I wish if it was effect resistance, like to the whole team, that plus you can really stack a lot of F-res on your team, right? If that was the case. But the attack percent is really good for, I guess, how this unit's going to be played. Definitely for like more so like a turn two type of gamer to counter um, a lot of units. But I'm trying to think of who else grants extra turns that this would be good for. Other than Silas, I can't really think. But I don't know, let me know in the comments of other units you think of. Do I think this unit is as problematic as the release of what? AOL?
Future.
No.
Players will be able to meet Moon Bunny Dominiel
Oh, I
starting
like her little lobby animation, but I don't think she'll be as OP and annoying as AOL was in that release, but we'll see. She'll be annoying for me because I draft C. Lilius almost always, and I don't know who I would draft first if I don't have C. Lilius in my draft, but yeah. Um, that Ancient Inheritance. Oh, it starts Monday. Oh, this is so good. Ancient Inheritance is literally what my guild lives for, if anything, because, guild wars are very much, it's the same thing. Every guild war, you either get hard stomped or you stomp somebody, right? We're not competing to be the best, so it's very casual. But Ancient Inheritance is definitely PvE content that we look forward to, 1000%. So excited for that. All right, let's talk about this Ervalen controversy that took place this past like week or so about his little balance update or balance adjustment that they released, and just like how it really changed the game. And the reason why I think it was such a big issue is because everybody viewed their up balance adjustment as a nerfed. And the thing about that is Smilegate has their whole policy of that they'll never nerf a hero and they'll never, that's it, that they'll never nerf a hero. That's why we have so many like power creep units, is because they refuse to nerf things. And with that, if they release a balance update where everybody views the update as that hero being nerfed, people are going to expect other heroes to be nerfed. Now, how I was reading it, if they would have went through with that original Ervalen balance update, was I was going to see it as, well, this must means that if a hero isn't good for PvP, they're just going to make him a PvE hero. So I'm thinking about all the people who, the the 5 people that use like what units like Kron still, or the few amount of people that use like um says or something crazy, right? Units that you do not see in PvP, who maybe were initially good at PvP at one point, but have fallen completely out of the meta and completely out of just, I guess, usability, uh, and stuff like that. If they were to get another balance adjustment, does that mean that they'll get just like the PvE treatment and just turn into a PvE hero, like how they did Ervalen? Now they reverted that, rightfully so, because obviously they have to keep up their um "We'll never nerf a hero" motto or agenda or whatever. But yes, Ervalen was originally designed to deal high damage to enemies whose maximum HP was greater than his. However, he has been absent in the current meta in both PvE and PvP, therefore we decided to maximize his utility and some content by giving him competitiveness in certain PvE content. However, fixing this hero usability only on a certain content may be different from what most heroes expected from this balance adjustment. So following an internal review, we decided to revise the balance adjustments to expand his utility while maintaining his current usability. We apologize for the confusion. This is really good. This is something you need to maintain. If you design a hero for PvP and, maybe they use a little bit in PvE, you can't just like fix it for them to only be good at one. And if you're going to fix it so that they're only good at one, that one thing should always be for PvP, I guess, for the most part, over PvE. But you also should be like mindful of what the the 5 Ervalen users out there, you have to be mindful for what they're using Ervalen for, right? And the thing is, he was already like, for people who did use him for like Banshee one shots and things like that, they already were tuned for that already with his gear and things and turn order and whatnot. So I just feel like at the end of the day, his change was really necessary. But what they did, I guess, to change it back is they perverted everything. They changed the soul burn to instead of it sitting they to increase damage dealt, and then when enemy is defeated, it extends buff duration for the caster by 1 turn, and it grants an extra turn. This actually this actually might make him a little bit more viable for the people who use them in PvP, which is really nice, right? You get that extra turn as well as that buff duration increase. So you get that counter-attacking stance, that barrier, stuff like that a lot longer. So yeah, that's everything for the update. This is a lot better. This is what they should have did day one, right? And people would have been like, oh, okay, this is like an okay change to Ervalen. Makes him a little bit more decent and more usable for the 5 people that still use him. But it would be a better change. So I'm glad they made this change. I'm glad they actually, for the first time, they listened to the complaints of the people that were complaining about because it was even like people who don't even use Ervalen was complaining about this because it really set this precedent that if a hero isn't good for PvP, that they'll just make him a PvE hero, which do not think is a good precedent to set, especially given their we do not nerf heroes type of agenda and whatnot. But yeah, that's everything for these balance adjustments, I guess, as well as the new hero and whatnot. Things to come in the next coming weeks. But yeah, I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.